What's up, everybody? Welcome back. As you can see, we're going to be going over two topics that I've touched on a few times on my channel in the past. And the first one being modders and the second one being lag. Since we're all gearing up for Xenoverse 3 and the hype is building and whatnot, I figured, hey, this is something I'd like to go over. Because modders in particular are a little bit worse than the lag. Because not only do they know, like, hey, this game is unstable as shit, and most of the time it's you're gonna sit here and spend 2 or 3 punches through your opponent before anything kicks in. So they're especially scummy, in my opinion. Just some of the behavior, again, I've touched on in my channel in the past, is I don't understand the mentality of a modder, because you're not winning legitimately. Because first off, like with the lag, it's like everybody should sit here and question, like, hey, was that a legitimate win or did the connection help me out? It's just food for thought. But yeah, no, modders in particular I don't get, because you know you're not playing fair. And I've had some of them hit me with the delusional thought process of like, oh, well, it's just a QQ bang. Oh, well, my stats are just way boosted than yours. And then I've had some people sit here and straight up lie. Like the last video I did on this, showing modders and stuff, I apparently caught somebody's buddy, or I caught them, you know, modding and whatnot, and showed a picture of their, you know, character here. And they got upset and was like, hey, that's normal movement speed, because I had referred to somebody who was the #1 spot in rank, and he had some crap on, I don't even know what it's called, that amplifies your speed. Anybody who sat here and played against a modder knows what I'm talking about. They always move faster, like they're in some transformation when they're not. And they're gonna sit here and lie up and down a fucking hill to just cover their ass, because they're too chicken shit to get online and actually play the game legitimately. And some of them go so far as to sit here and alter their win-loss ratio. To me, that's sad, because first off, if you give a shit about your win-loss ratio in a game that's this laggy, they reset rank every week. Rank is just infested with modders. Yeah, no, dude, you're beating your head into a brick wall, essentially. Like, I don't get it. And I also don't get the mentality of people who are like, and I haven't ran into a lot of people that are like this, but I know it's a thing, is, oh, well, you shouldn't block them, or you should just try and beat them, and yada, 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 yada. Like, it's shameful to kick somebody and block them. I'm not even going to sit here and hold you, man. I have a block list a mile long because of this game, and just anime arena fighters in general, because they can never get their shit together with their servers. That's not to say that it's all on them, because I know that there are, not saying all, but there are a lot of people who get on this game and have a Wi-Fi connection that doesn't reach up to 400 megabytes. You can go online and look that shit up. Like, the recommended amount of Wi-Fi you should have is considered 400 megabytes for you to get online and do shit, let alone PvP. I don't know. I'm just blown back by the bullshit. Now, the only modding I can sit here and endorse and say, like, hey, from my standpoint, in my opinion, it's fine, is when you sit here and you give yourself TP medals. The microtransaction-ridden hell that this game has become is just bullshit. Because I sat there, I think it was like last week, and I was like, hey, now that they've boosted the TP medal gain, I'll go in, I'll grind, and, you know, try to level up one of my characters, which was a male human, which was like at level 140, and I was going to try and see what it would take to max level them. It would take 12,000 TP medals. 12,000. Now, I'm sure everybody knows this, but you have to sit here and pay $60, $50 or $60 to get like 6,000 TP medals. So you're telling me that I have to buy more, I have to spend money in your microtransactions that goes over the full price of your game, which is bullshit. They've got to do something about the modders, man. They've got to do something about the modders, and microtransactions are not going to be good for this next game, I'm telling you. But back to the modders. They're just everywhere, man. I can go into the lobby, and find probably 10 modders in one lobby. It's that bad. It's to the point to where I could turn this into a series of just showing modders and shit and talking over it. And again, anybody who does see this, obviously don't sit there and go and harass them or message them. 9 times out of 10, these people have all their shit like set to where you can't message them, probably because they know they're pissing people off and doing shit they shouldn't online. And it's just whatever. Just block them, keep it pushing, because at the end of the day, once enough people block them, they're gonna run out of people to actually play with other than just other modders and shit. And it's sad to the point that it's so relaxed and they don't care, to the point to where I've seen people go and have a YouTube channel and go into ranked modding, and it'd be like the 3rd or 4th guy in ranked with the mods. It's fucking atrocious, dude. No. But let's move on to the point of lag. Lag is something, again, is not going to 100% be gone at this point in our technology and society. It's not something that's going to happen for quite a long time. But that's not to say that it can't be fixed. Like I said, they address this issue directly. Now, upgrading the servers is only going to do so much with people's connections and Wi-Fi and whatnot, but it's to the point to where I could sit here, and I have in the past, played on Xbox and had somebody that I knew was like an hour away from me, and that's on Xbox, where the connection is way better. Now, granted, it was a good connection, but there was still lag, and they had good internet too, and was plugged in, I know for a fact. So it's that bad, when that connection should be damn near like an offline connection. It's again, it's not something that they can 100% just get out of the works, like it's gonna be gone, but it can be way better than this. So hopefully they make good on that promise of working on it. Because if I was somebody new coming in and I don't understand how certain people are like, hey, let's go do PvP in this game that 9 times out of 10 you've looked at a YouTuber playing, and you're like, hey, let me go throw my hat in the ring. Because I'm gonna be honest, if I was somebody fresh out the gate trying to pick this game up, I'd stick to PvE, man. I wouldn't even try. And I guarantee you that's probably why you don't get a lot of fresh players going and doing PvP. Because I see a lot of the same names. And one of the other things is that you have the PS5 version of the game interacting with the PS4 version of the game. That's a problem in itself already. It's not good. You have a console that is not as capable as the next gen. Well, not next gen, because PS5 is not next gen now. They're already talking about PS6, but that's not a good move. Neither is crossplay, but hey, people are gonna want what they're gonna want. But at this point, look, I know I said what I said in the last video about Xenoverse 3 and mechanics being added that not a lot of people like. Some of them, I'll stand by that. Not everybody's gonna like it, but at this point, you go ahead, change the mechanics. But if you fix the lag and you get rid of the modders, you've got a solid game. Xenoverse 2 could have been far more well received than it was if these two factors were addressed, I don't know, at the beginning of the lifespan, maybe a year or two after it was out. Because again, the game is 10 years old now. And hell, I've seen some people get so fed up with the bullshit to where they'll go in, disconnect the actual Ethernet cable from their console, and then activate Wi-Fi. It's crazy. I've literally seen people like say some shit about that on stream and do it very seldom, but it's crazy. Like, okay, there was about a year and a half to where I was in a not so good situation, and I only had the availability to have internet through a router that was in a downstairs, area, and I knew that it also didn't come up to just barely over 100 megabytes. I couldn't have a LAN cable. I couldn't do anything. So essentially, yeah, because I didn't want to go online and take, false wins or anything, and wanted to be kind of nice to everybody around me, I didn't get online that much, especially not in PvP. It was something I was like, hey, I don't want to go and do that and be a dickhead, because I was honestly like, every time I did go online for like just a few matches, I would get immediately off, because I was like, you know what, because I also saw the connection being bad. So yeah, no, it's just, I don't know, decency. Like, some people don't care. I mean, shit, there was one person that I was kind of friends with that I would play this game and a few other games, and he was on a Wi-Fi connection. I think he was also on a PS4, but it would piss me off every time we'd play anything PvP related, because it was just, the connection was bad, and I'd have to lose out to essentially somebody who didn't know what they were doing and just knew they were bad connection. And this person didn't care. I would frequently say it in matches, and they didn't give a shit. It's sad, man. But I gotta sit here and say my hat's off to anybody who sits here like Syriacs and will, set a goal or a series that they're gonna do and follow through with it, especially on this game, because I don't have the patience for it. I can't sit here and play this for hours on end. Like, I like doing content, I like going in and getting my little PvP itch out of the way, but it's not something I can sit here and just stay on all the time, because again, one, you have to wait a long time for people to come into the room, because most of the time it's dead. It's usually, you're only going to get people at night when they're off work or back from school, or it's the weekend, because it's not doing like so good again when it's not in DLC season or something being updated or whatnot. But anywho, I think that's a good place to leave the video off. That was my little rant about the two things that mainly need to be addressed in the next game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Also, let me know your opinions on these two subject matters. It'd be nice to hear back from somebody about it. But I'm gonna get out of here to let you guys get to the rest of your day. Thank you so much.